In the last video, we talked a little bit about strings and that comparing them using the double equal sign is not a good thing to do. So in this video, I'm going to show you how do we compare two string objects. The easiest way to do it is to use the compareTo method. So let's do this. I've set up one string that is set to the word apple and one that is set to the word banana. We're going to print out both strings. And then down here, we are going to compare them. And to do that, I am going to take string 1, and I'm going to call its compareTo method. And the compareTo method means that I have to specify another string to compare string 1 to. So in its parentheses, I am going to compare it to string 2. Now let's print that out. And we have apple and banana. Let's compare them. And it tells me -1. What does that mean? -1. When I take string 1 and I compare it to string 2. Well, what it means is that string 1 is lexigraphically before string 2. Okay? Because this is a negative number. What's lexigraphically mean? Well, you might first think alphabetically. Apple comes before banana, right? -1. Apple's before banana, so we get a negative. If this was cherry, and I compare the two, I get a positive number, in this case a +1. Okay? Because banana comes before cherry. And if they were the same word, banana and banana, and I compare them, I get 0 because they're equal. Okay? So compareTo is the method we actually want to use instead of a double equals. If we want to see two strings to see if they're equal, we run this compareTo and see if it comes out to 0. Again, if it comes out to negative, the item over here was lower than the item in here. If it comes out positive, the item in here was lower than the item in here. Okay. Lexigraphically lower. So what's lexigraphically mean? Okay. Right now, banana equals banana. Let's change this to an uppercase B and run that. Okay. And now I get a negative number. Negative number means that string 1 comes lexigraphically before string 2 because it's a negative result. So it doesn't need to be a -1 or a +1. It needs to be a negative number, a positive number, or 0. Well, what's that mean lexigraphically? Why does an uppercase B come before a lowercase b? If you look at the ASCII character set, and let me pull that up here. Okay. Here's the ASCII character set. Here are the capital letters, and remember A is a 65. We may have talked about this when we talked about ASCII characters. Okay. A is a 65 for an uppercase A lowercase a is a 97. So uppercase characters always come before the lowercase characters. So when we compare two strings, it actually uses the numbers behind the scenes for the characters to determine which is less, which comes first, which comes last. So banana with a capital B comes before banana with lowercase c. But that's also true of cherry. Okay. Cherry is a capital letter. It would be a 65, 67 for its character. The banana, banana with a lowercase b begins with a character value of 98. So the capital C comes before the lowercase b. So if we run that, we still get a negative number, saying string 1 is smaller than string 2. Okay, so case matters. If you need to compare to, use compareTo and ignore case, there is actually a compareTo string dot compareTo ignore case. And there we can specify a string. And then let's do this with banana. Actually, let's not. Let's keep cherry there and see what we get. Okay. Now we get that banana comes before cherry because it's a positive number. It means the thing inside the parentheses comes before the thing you're comparing it to. If I use an uppercase B banana, it still says they're equal. We get a 0 out. So it ignores their cases. So compareTo sorts lexigraphically, which is close to alphabetically, but capitals and lowercase makes a difference. If we want it to just be alphabetical without paying attention to case, we can use compareTo ignore case as a way to compare two strings. The big picture story is never use double equals to compare strings. Use compareTo or compareTo ignore case when you compare strings, always.